as we know, Facebook can be a really horrible place, but it does carry quite a lot of information. I'm sure you can put more on Facebook than you can YouTube. And I call those posts on Facebook. There's some pictures. Yes, that one I put in another video. But I always like going on Facebook and looking, because you can always find some interesting posts on there. Well, maybe it's all the channels I belong to and all the people, but there are some very interesting posts, so we're putting a few of them out on this video. Thank you very much to all content creators.
My most powerful money affirmation. Be very careful what you do with this, because it works. My husband put this affirmation out a few weeks ago and he's had almost over 3 million views on it with great feedback. I've been doing this myself as well, and we suggest doing this for three times a day for 7 days, and you will be shocked at the results. Before I do that, I'd just like to say I fell over running. This is how I got this. So, first step, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax. And say this: I always have more money than I need. I cannot help but attract a lot of money into my life. Do this 3 times a day for 7 days, and then get back to me and let me know what happened. Like and save this post, check out my page, and follow me for more.
Well, how about when the energy was free as well? Everything was taken from the atmosphere and drawn into these buildings, to these pylons, and many different things. And it was the aether that powered everything. And one day, the controllers of this world decided to take it away. They reset the population. It was in every country. Just keep watching these photos, and you'll see that everything was conductive. Everything had a way to tap into this energy, whether it be the obelisks, or the towers, or the cathedrals. Everything you look at, it interacted with the nature of the earth, the energy of the earth. It was a beautiful thing.
Antarctica is a lot different than you think. Videos like this are painted as a barren yet beautiful land of ice and snow, but apparently apparently there are leaked photos that show us they're trying to cover up something big down there. Back in 1912, Captain Robert Scott led an expedition to the South Pole to map it out and take some pictures. This was 47 years before the Antarctic Treaty of 1959, which heavily restricted tourist travel to the majority of Antarctica. For your own safety, of course. Now, these were the photos released by National Geographic of the expedition. Just some family-friendly fun adventure, right? But apparently that was just the tip. And if you know me, I do not like just the tip. Story goes, Robert Scott and his team went down there to map the South Pole. And these are the photos they took, which were hidden from the public and apparently recently got leaked. Ancient ruins, statues, and even what looked like pyramids of some long-lost civilization that they don't want anyone to know about. And the crazy part is, in March of 1912, just 2 months after these photos were taken, Robert and his whole team died on their journey back home due to starvation and extreme cold. And these photos got later recovered by some search party that found them. Now, doubters will tell you these photos are fake because Google told them, but even ancient maps painted Antarctica as green. And this map from 1512 even shows South America connecting to the Antarctic shoreline with incredible accuracy. Antarctica is twice the size of Australia and was thought to be ice-free as recently as 6,000 years ago. And we're supposed to believe ancient humans managed to find their way around every single continent in the world, even discovering the microscopic islands of the Pacific Ocean, and somehow they just fully skipped Antarctica even when it was a luscious green paradise. A lot of people argue these ancient ruins aren't real, and who knows, but you gotta keep an open mind, right? But what are confirmed real are these photos of what looks like a pyramid hidden under the snow in Antarctica. There are many photos that prove it exists, and even professors admit it. And obviously the Google debunkers will tell you, oh, it's a natural mountain formation formed through erosion, but I don't know what kind of looking ass mountains are cut this perfect. Even satellite footage confirms it, so I don't know, you think there's something down there, or are we the trippy ones?
Hello everybody, the lovely Alan sent me this post. It is something that I've done lately. I don't know if people remember when I was looking at the television, a blank station on the television, and I thought I could see an outline of a man in there. In fact, there was 3 faces in there. I have to say in the middle of this video that me and my daughter felt this one rather a lot. It felt like someone's always touching you, touching your leg, touching your arm. You know, you think, well, I'm sitting here completely still and something on me moves and it's like someone's touched me. My daughter said she felt the same way. She went into my bedroom to get my hairdryer and she felt like someone touched her foot. Yeah, anyway, these are different ways that people from the other side supposedly can show that they're there. Yes, those are the ways, but it was very interesting with the one touch, because that's what happened to me and Ellie. That one. And I was telling Alan, I told Alan this a few weeks ago, and then what it is on this post here with this person who is William Crooks. Basically, it says here that, where is it? They assume different frequencies of energy, radio waves in each their own fully fledged reality, or at least were channels through which we could communicate with the spirits from other dimensions. So it says, he made a vacuum tube, an integral component in the first TVs to communicate with the spirits. And then that bit there comes. So basically, yeah, I just thought that was very, very interesting, considering I caught those faces on the TV. I don't know if people remember watching it. I can't find it right now, but it was on the TV and it looked like there was a man there and 2 other faces. Basically, that's what it looked like. And so we're going to look a bit more at this post. So what it says there is that his brother died. His name was called William, and he used those tubes to talk to him on the other side, in those other dimensions. Here we go. Or at least, so they assumed or at least were channels through which we could communicate with the spirits with those dimensions. And they think we call them broadcasts, but they're channels because, like in seances, we are channeling something. Now, that's quite incredible, isn't it? Maybe this is another reason why they want us watching the television, because they can channel things through it to you directly into your home. Let's just read a bit more. To this day, I and other do exist, although through the windows of the mind, which are dimensions like different stations on a car radio. The signal your car radio receives is all 100 stations mixed into one big blur, and it's only when you change to the specific frequency does all the static fall away, leaving one individual signal. You have to be attuned to each reality in order to experience it. The Gordon Dawn knows this too, and if you know a little about these I don't know how you say those, theosophical cults, you'll know they're friendly with demons, and that's likely who they intended to communicate with. Wow, yes. Except from Theosophy Wiki. So William Crookes, 1832 and 90, was an English physicist and chemist, and an early member of the, whatever that is, the Theosophical Society. His professional work centred on spectroscopy, vacuum tubes, cathode rays, radioactivity, and intention of the radiometer. He was knighted in 1897 and was president of the Royal Society. So that goes on there, talking a little bit about him. So we'll look at the pictures that they've put on. Is there a picture of him? There he is. So I'm going to like that post. And then there's a few messages on his post here. Let's have a look. Here's the vacuum tubes were super magical. They helped electrify, amplify music and other major mind model, whatever that is, as well. The word dawn keeps coming up with coded songs. Scrying mirrors in the television screen is another major adjustment as to the line of the research. And those messages go on. There's loads of them. So that's good for him. So that's interesting, isn't it? Especially as I saw those faces in the television. Thought I'd go and look a little bit up about William Crookes. Because it's not the only thing he did. It was all to do with X-rays as well. So that's very interesting, isn't it? Do we really know what we're using? So we'll just go down here a little bit. So early years. I'll let you read that. I mean, they said we were a backward set of people, but I mean, just look at all the things. I mean, I know that they were supposedly finding all this then, but yeah. Middle years. Yeah, this thallium. He named it thallium. So, his first important discovery was the element of thallium, made out of the help of a flame spectroscopy. Crookes discovered a previously known element with a bright green emission line in the spectrum. He named it thallium. Greek again, Raymond. A great green shot or twig. So basically it petered out, but it was there, and there's dark matter that they're dealing with in this as well. So there you go. So electricity in low pressure gases, he discovered as pressure was lowered, the negative electrode, cathode, appeared to emit so-called cathode rays known to the stream of free electrons and used in cathode ray display devices. As these indicate, he was a pioneer in construction of the vacuum tubes for the study of physical phenomena. He was as a consequence of one of the first scientists to investigate what is called plasma now, and identified as the fourth state of matter in 1879. But he also did X-rays. I'm sure it's going to talk about that in a minute. radiant matter, X-rays. Where does it say? But anyway, he did. He was into X-rays, and that's quite incredible as well. Do we really know what we're using? What it can do to you? Later years. There you go. Well, he was into X-rays. Yeah. I don't know. I can't find it now. I found it earlier on. I'm probably reading it too fast, and it's in there. Here's a bit more about it, basically. So his younger brother died in 1867. Let's go on. So he was talking to people on the other side. Well, this one says in 1895, William, whatever that is, explained that he saw X-rays emanating from Crookes' tubes. Many uses for X-rays were immediately apparent. The first practical application for Crookes tubes, medical manufacturers began to produce. So how does that happen for X-rays? See, so he was the pioneer. Someone else did it, they said, but there you go. Involved in X-ray. Oh, thank God for that. I thought I read it. So there you go. So that's him and X-ray. So if you're using these tubes to talk to the dead and you're also having X-rays with them, what does that mean? What have they been doing to us? That's what I'd like to know. See, it's him. He's the one that found these X-ray tubes and also can talk to spirits on the other side. So what's your thoughts about that then, that you can talk to people on the other side and also do X-rays with them? What do you think that's all telling us? Just want your comments, and thank you very much for sending that to me, Alan. Especially when you watch this little video at the end. This is the video, it kind of stops just there, but hopefully there's enough information. Once you realise what our heart is and it's electrical, what does it mean with all the other stuff they've been doing?
Do not understand how this is not mainstream household information. Like, every time I review this information, like, my mind is just blown over and over again. Just watch.
Here's another interesting scientific fact. The heart is an electrical organ, producing by far the strongest source of rhythmic bioelectricity. This energy goes to every cell in your body. Your heart produces enough electrical energy to create a magnetic field surrounding your body in 360 degrees, extending beyond the skin out into space, measurable about 3 feet outside your body.
So the moral of the story is our heart radiates out. Like, this is why our culture constantly, naturally, intuitively refers to having good vibes and bad vibes. We already can feel this sixth sense. Like, literally, electromagnetically, all our hearts are talking to one another. We are immersed in a 360 spherical bubble in each other's heart bubbles all the time. So it matters whether you're in a negative or a positive state of being, because this literally creates your interaction with reality, with people, with events. This is work done by HeartMath. They are a non-profit that has been doing this since 1991 for 30 years. It is time we start really giving energy to